There will be no legal sports betting in New Jersey by the end of the month. But state lawmakers are laying odds you won't have to wait very long after that, after slamming the brakes Wednesday on Monmouth Park's plans to kick off New Jersey sports betting without state regulations on Memorial Day. The state's leaders are now scrambling to pass a law setting up how to regulate and tax such wagering as soon as they can, just days after the U.S. Supreme Court opened the gates to such wagering across the country. Some legislators are saying Garden State casinos and racetracks could start accepting bets as soon as early June. But it's not a done deal because they haven't agreed on all the details of the new legislation. Despite the hurdles, officials insist they're optimistic New Jersey will have a leg up on other states that are rushing to cash in on legalized sports gambling outside of Nevada, currently the only place to offer full-scale bets on games like football, basketball, baseball, and hockey. NJ can forget immediate legal sports betting. There will be no prolonged fight, State Senate President Stephen Sweeney told NJ Advance Media on Wednesday. This is going to move quick, Sweeney, D. Gloucester, said lawmakers are looking at early June. State Assembly Speaker Craig Coughlin also told NJ Advance Media that squaring away a new sports betting law is a top priority. We are going to move on this legislation as quickly as possible, Coughlin, D. Middlesex, said. Time is of the essence. New Jersey spent 7 years, and $9 million, in court fighting for legal sports betting, and the Supreme Court ruled in its favor. But because the court overturned a 1992 federal ban on sports betting, any other state can now institute it. Currently, Nevada, home to Las Vegas, is the only place in the country to offer full-scale legal sports betting. Meanwhile, billions of dollars in sports bets are placed each year in the U.S. through illegal channels. New Jersey officials say part of that money could go to the state instead, especially to help its struggling casino and horse racing industries. But 20 other states have either passed, or are considering sports betting laws. That means New Jersey has a small window for an East Coast monopoly. The problem is, state lawmakers hadn't set up a bill on how to regulate and tax such wagering by Monday's ruling. That led to some awkwardness this week. Monmouth Park, a racetrack in Oceanport, had been planning to become the first place in New Jersey to offer legalized sports betting on May 28, Memorial Day. Dennis Drazen, the park's operator, said a state law already on the books, allowing sports betting without state regulation, made it possible for them to begin accepting bets. The track had to spend millions upgrading its facilities to include a sports betting parlor in a gamble that the Supreme Court would side with New Jersey. That plan, however, hit a wall after NJ Advance Media reported that a bill Sweeney introduced Monday says any site that opens a sportsbook before the new law is in place would be banned from taking future sports bets. Thus, Monmouth Park will have to wait. Some Atlantic City casinos, like the Borgata Caesars, and the new Hard Rock, have also been prepping sports betting operations. But they are waiting for the new law before launching. MGM Resorts International, which owns Borgata, said it looks forward to working with legislators and policymakers to achieve a regulatory outcome that benefits states and consumers alike while ensuring the integrity of sports. Mark Fasora, president of Caesars Entertainment, said the company expects to provide safe, exciting sports wagering experiences to consumers across the country, as we do today in Nevada. We plan to announce our specific approach to this business as we better understand the opportunities and regulations which evolved from the Supreme Court decision, Fasora added. Sweeney said he hopes to have the state Senate vote on a regulations bill June 7. But the Assembly has to go first because the bill is a revenue raiser. The Assembly's next voting session in May 24, next Thursday. The question is, which bill will they decide on? Officials say sports betting generates $150 billion a year in the U.S., mostly from illegal channels. Dennis Drazen, the operator of Monmouth Park, says New Jersey could see $10 billion a year from it. State officials have not released a figure yet. Both the state Senate and Assembly version of the bills would impose an 8% tax on the revenue that casinos and tracks pull in from sports betting and a 12.5% tax on online bets. But there are some differences. The Assembly's proposal puts the revenue in the state budget, where it can be used for any type of spending. The Senate, meanwhile, wants to send the revenue to schools and programs for seniors and disabled people. That would mirror the dedicated spending in the 1978 law that allowed casino gambling in Atlantic City. There's also a question of whether the final bill would give any money to professional sports leagues. Though the leagues fought New Jersey in court for years to prevent legal sports betting, they are now seeking an integrity fee from the state's revenue to prevent cheating and game fixing. Top lawmakers have scoffed at that idea. Assemblyman Berzicelli, D. Gloucester, a sponsor of the Assembly measure, said the legislation will likely not include money for the leagues. That's gonna stay that way, Berzicelli said. Brent Johnson may be reached at bjohnson@advancemedia.com. Follow him on Twitter at JohnsBO1. Matt Arco may be reached at marco@advancemedia.com. Follow him on Twitter at MattTheWarco or Facebook.